Okay, here we go. Hello, how we all doing, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves an incredible Friday night so far. Man, we got quite an interesting series coming up for the Philadelphia Phillies as they are out at Progressive Field taking on the Cleveland Guardians in Cleveland, Ohio. And while Josh Naylor and the Cleveland Guardians, they've been playing really good baseball over their last week or so. They ended up winning 2 out of 3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Phillies are going to have to really try to do a lot on the pitching side of things because the offense for this team just shot out of a cannon, and they were able to score in double digits in 2 games and take the first 2 games of that series. So they've been really, really good with guys like Josh Naylor, Jose Ramirez, of course. He went 5 for 13 in that series with 2 doubles and 5 RBI as well. And Eddie Rosario went 4 for 13. Ahmed Rosario, went 4 for 13 with 4 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 5 RBI, and a walk and a double as well. All right, let's make this in full screen mode. There we go. Having a great 51st birthday. What is up, Snowman? Guys, if you haven't done so already, okay, I just released my very first episode of Sharing the Mic with JJ. Please go check that out. Our first guest is Brian himself, who's a part of Snowman Multimedia, the owner himself, of course. Happy birthday to you, Brian, man. Thanks for everything that you've done. And continue to do with this channel, with all the support and with all the love that you've given me. Means more than words. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Jivanutes. I appreciate that, man. Guys, also make sure that you go subscribe to Jivanutes. Guys, comment your links down below, post them, and all that jazz. We got some baseball to talk about. So, obviously, the big news is that Bryce Harper is playing over at first base, and that's why we're wearing the jersey today, okay? We haven't brought out the jersey at all this year, in my recollection of thinking, but hey, here we are. We got the Bryce Harper jersey on. We got the baseball hat on. We're all Phillied up, and we're ready to get things rolling as we are just about ready to start the top of the first inning. Apologize about being a little bit late. All right, so Gavin Williams will be on the mound for the Cleveland Guardians. In 29 2/3 of an inning, he has a 3.94 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 11 walks allowed. He is 1-2 on the season in 5 starts. I remember when he went up against Rocker in the College Baseball World Series. That was really cool. So that was awesome to watch. Kumar Rocker. They had a pitching duel. All right, so Kyle Schwarber will be leading things off, and the first pitch is off the plate. So Schwarber, Turner, Castellanos, Harper over at first base, the new first baseman for the Phillies. Just defensively. JT Realmuto's behind the plate. Bryson Stott's over at second. The 1-0 is inside. Alec Boehm's over at third. Brandon Marsh is the center fielder. And Jake Cave, who just got called up for Derek Hall, he's out in left field. 2 balls, no strikes to Schwarber. The pitch fouled back right behind the plate. So once again, it's Schwarber, Turner, Castellanos, Harper, who's over at first base. Schwarber's the DH. JT Realmuto, Bryson Stott, Alec Boehm, Marsh, and Cave. The 2-1 offering up high and outside. There we go. What's up, Eric? Thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. We got to update the scoreboard. We'll do that in just a couple of seconds. Williams comes set. The pitch. Fly ball hit out towards center field. And on the run will be Miles Straw, the former Astro, and they'll make the catch towards his right side. And Schwarber flies out to center, and that's how we start off the ball game. All right, so let's update the scoreboard. There we go. All right, Trey Turner is now coming up. He's in 247 on the season. 5 pitches by Williams in that first at-bat. And the pitch is upstairs. All righty, cool. 1 ball, no strikes. Williams comes set at the belt. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, hit out to right field. On the run will be Arias, and he'll be there to make the catch as he catches the can of corn for out number 2. So 2 flyouts to start off the ballgame, and now Nick Castellanos, who went 3 for 10 in the series against the Brewers, he is up at the plate. He had a home run. It was in the second game of the series. Also had 2 RBI as well. His batting average is down to 290. It was up over 300 right before the All-Star break. He still has 14 homers and 57 RBI. Got his 14th a couple of nights ago. The pitch in there for a called strike. Bases are empty. We're in the top of the first. There's 2 outs. Gavin Williams on the bump for Cleveland. And he throws the 0-1, and it's swung on and missed. That'll make the count 0-2. Bryce waits in the on-deck circle. So the Phillies, they had a lot of moves today. They just reinstated Josh Harrison from the injured list. The 0-2 swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning as Nick Castellanos goes down on strikes, and we head to the bottom of the first. Phillies nothing, and Guardians coming up to bat. I totally forgot to do the defensive lineups. I'm a little bit off. But that's all right. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you guys are here with me. Just didn't anticipate it to start this early. But that's fine. Here we go. All right, so Stephen Kwan will be leading things off for the Cleveland Guardians, the left fielder. And then we have Ahmed Rosario, the former Met, who's over at shortstop, acquired from the Francisco Lindor trade. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, he'll be batting in the 3 spot. Josh Naylor is batting in the cleanup spot over at first base. Josh Bell, the switch-hitting designated hitter, he'll be in the 5 hole. David Fry gets the start today for Bo Naylor behind the plate, and he'll be batting 6th. Andres Jimenez, the second baseman for tonight's game for the Guardians, he'll be hitting 7th. The 8th batter will be Miles Straw, who's out in center field, and Gabriel Arias will be batting 9th. He's in right field. So once again, it's Kwan, Rosario, Ramirez, Naylor, Bell, Fry, Jimenez, Straw, and Arias. And, well, they're going to have to go up against Ranger Suarez. And Ranger, if we're being completely honest with you, he had a very good June, but the month of July has been a different story. He has a 5.82 ERA in just the month of July. In 17 innings he has pitched. He's allowed 21 hits, 11 earned runs, and 12 strikeouts. But on the season, though, he is 2-4 with a 3.84 ERA, and he has 62 strikeouts and a 1.35 whip overall for the season. The main thing about him is that he's not going to get you with, 97-mile-per-hour fastballs. That's not really a part of his DNA. But he goes 93 with the 4-seam. He also has a sinker as well that hits 93. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike that just came back. It was on the outside corner. Also throws the curveball at 76 miles per hour. And his changeup, and it can go up to 84. The 0-1. Grounder hit over to the first base side. Here's Bryce Harper's underhanded throw. The Ranger, it's in time as Ranger wins the race to the bag. And the first out of the inning is the first play recorded by Bryce Harper over at first base. The sun is shining towards the first base side, so you're probably going to see a lot of shadows towards the second base, third base side. There's the first out. How about that? So Stephen Kwan grounds out. That goes down as a 3-1 ground out. Ahmed Rosario hits a bouncer, but it's fouled towards the third base dugout. So Kyle Schwarber's the DH. We'll get to the defensive lineups in just a few moments for the Phillies. But we're in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless. The 0-1 offering by Ranger is in the dirt. Ahmed Rosario is up at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out recorded. Base is empty. Suarez comes set, kicks, fires, and it's fouled back. So the defensive lineup for the Phillies, there's JT Realmuto, who's right behind the plate. As Rosario has 3 homers, 39 RBI, and a .262 average. The 1-2, just off the plate. Ranger Suarez on the mound. Harper's at first. Over at second is Bryson Stott. The third baseman is Alec Bowman. Over at shortstop is Trey Turner. Get to the outfield in just a few seconds as the 2-2 was slapped foul down the first base side, and it actually bounced off of the fence right in between the upper deck of the lower level and the lower deck, and it bounced right back onto the field. The left fielder for the Phillies is Jake Cave, and over in center is Brandon Marsh, and the right fielder is Castellanos. The 2-2, it's inside. Ranger in 68 innings is 2-4. This is his 13th start of the season. 3-2, bouncer, back up the middle. Turner has it, though, and he'll throw across the diamond in time to get the speedy Ahmed Rosario for the second out of the inning. And now Jose Ramirez will step up to the plate. Ramirez hitting .287 on the season. He's batting on the right side. 2 outs, bases are empty, and the first pitch is a fastball at 96. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch, foul ball. Ramirez in the month of July. He has 14 homers on the season and 54 RBI. He has a home run in the month of July with 2 RBI and 15 hits recorded in all 15 games this month. The pitch. It's in the dirt. It's in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes to Jose Ramirez. Ranger Suarez gets set. Gets the signs from Realmuto. He's at the chest. Kicks, steals, and there's a foul ball that's behind the first base dugout. And the count is 1-2. Phillies over their last 10 games against the Cleveland Guardians. They're 5-5. They've only played the Guardians 18 times. The 1-2, comebacker, back up the middle. Stott gets over to it, but he gets over to it on the outfield grass right behind second base, and obviously no throw is going to be made. It will be an infield single recorded by Jose Ramirez. It's a fastball right down the middle, and Jose Ramirez timed it perfectly, and with the bat speed he has a pretty quick bat, so when he gets on top of it and when he makes really good contact, it's pretty tough to get him out. Here's Josh Naylor, who's the first baseman for the Guardians. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, and Naylor will ground this one foul over towards the dugout. Guardians are 47-49 on the season, and they're 24-22 at home. They took the series against the Pirates on the road. The 0-1, inside and high, throw over the second base to get Ramirez is not in time, though. And Jose Ramirez is able to swipe second. He is now in scoring position. So there's 2 outs, a runner over at second. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Ramirez, that's his 11th stolen base. And JT's throw, the pitch was inside and high, but didn't get the best throw off. The 1-1 swing and a miss on a curveball that was in the dirt. Pretty good breaking ball thrown by Ranger. Naylor batting .310 with 15 home runs and 75 runs batted in. The 1-2 inside. In the series against the Pirates, Naylor went 4 for 11 with 3 homers, 9 RBI, and 4 runs scored. Ramirez at second, Ranger on the bump. And the 2-2 pitch to Naylor, it bounces in the dirt. And JT gets up, but it doesn't bounce too far away, and the count is full now. Pretty sunny at Progressive Field. Tom Hanahan is the home plate umpire. So we get to the crew chief. Gabe Morales is over at first base. Adam Beck is the second base ump, and over at third is Dan Iasagna. Full count. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Ramirez leads off at second. Ranger looks back at second. Now back to home plate, the pitch. Little dribbler, hit over to shortstop, backhand by Turner, throw over to first. It's off the line, and it wouldn't have been in time anyways. Ramirez goes over to third base, and Josh Naylor with an infield single. And that puts runners at the corners. It was smooth sailing, as there were 2 outs with nobody on, and Jose Ramirez was able to single up the middle, steal second base, and he goes over to third on the infield single hit by Naylor. And Josh Bell will be coming up, a very familiar face that the Phillies have faced a lot of times. The switch hitter batting on the right side of the plate. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. And there's a 96-mile-per-hour pitch that's inside. Bell slashing 239, 328, and 400 on the season. The 1-0, it's in the dirt. That'll make the count 2-0. Bell lifetime against the Phillies. He's in 246 with 43 hits, 13 home runs, and 38 RBI in 50 games. The 2-0, fly ball hit out to left field. That's going to hit off the top of the wall. Cave plays it on a bounce. Ramirez jogs in to score. The throw is cut off by Stott. Naylor goes over to third, and Josh Bell slides in there safely at second base with an RBI double for Josh Bell. And the Guardians take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. 3 hits in a row by this red-hot Cleveland Guardians offense. When you throw a pitch right down the middle and Josh Bell is able to just make good contact with it, you know, he's on a hot streak and he has done a lot of damage against the Phillies. As Caleb Cotham is going to go out there to talk things over with the infielders and, of course, Ranger, who's on the mound. Bell, his last time that he faced off against the Phillies, that was on June 7th of 2022. He did have a hit, but he had a big double. That was for the Nationals. But he's gone on a tear. Ended up at one point having a 9-game hitting streak just against the Phillies. So there's a mound visit, and now everyone will go back to their spots. David Fry, the catcher, the backup catcher, is coming up. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch, a changeup that swung on and missed. So Bell's over at second, Naylor's at third. And JT wants to go over signs really quickly with Suarez, so time is called. The ball is 1 strike to Fry. The pitch. Line drive. Bobbled by Trey Turner. A run will come in to score. And the next runner goes over to third base. And David Fry gets on. I believe that they're going to score that as an E6. The ball was hit pretty hard, but Trey Turner should have had it. It was playing towards the ground, and it Just got on by him, and now it's a 2-0 lead for the Guardians. We'll have to see what they score it as, but Bell goes over to third, and Naylor scores, and runners are still at the corners. This time it's a 2-0 lead for Cleveland. The pitch. It's outside and low to Andres Jimenez. It's a single? Okay. Thanks for spotting me. 4 hits in a row for Cleveland. And with the 1-0 pitch that's hit out to left field, the inning is over as Jake Cave catches it on a line for the final out. So the Guardians, they strike first at Progressive Field in Game 1 of this 3-game series against the Phillies. And the Phillies trail 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. All right, I have to take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just a few moments. Okay, there we go. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all having a good night. I'm getting really hot, so I had to take the hat off. It does get pretty hot up here, but that's because we have a lot of lights on, and, we have a lot of stuff going here. If you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. I hope you're all doing well, and that you're having yourselves a great Friday night. Let's take a sip of this. So Bryce Harper will be leading things off as we head to the top of the second inning. Gavin Williams will head out on the mound for his second frame, and he throws it upstairs and outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Williams comes set and fires. That pitch is way up high and outside, even higher than the previous one. So Gavin Williams, who is 23 years old, from Fayetteville, North Carolina. The 2-0 offering. It's in there for a called strike. Stands at 6 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 250 pounds. 2 balls, 1 strike. Williams gets the signs, kicks, deals, and it's on the outside corner. So it was a 2-0 count, and now it's a 2-2 count. And Harper getting his first start at first base. The 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. A 96-mile-per-hour fastball that was upstairs and outside, and that's Gavin's second strikeout of the day. Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the top of the first. The thing about Gavin is that when you take a look at his scouting report, not only does he have a really good fastball, but the curveball, MLB.com gave him a pretty good rating for his curveball that he throws. There's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. And what makes him, honestly, a really good pitcher, too, is just his overall control. The 0-1, it's a slider that's at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike to JT Realmuto. JT batting .247 with 11 home runs and 37 RBI. Williams comes set at the chest and throws it outside and low. His fastball goes up to it's between 94 and 97. The pitch. Fly ball hit out to shallow right field. Arias is on the run as he goes towards his left side, and he's there to make the catch right towards the line on the outfield grass, and there's 2 away. Phillies struggled in that Milwaukee series as Bryson Stott comes on up. Phillies only got 2 hits yesterday off of Corbin Burnes, who went 8 strong innings and had 10 strikeouts. First pitch by Williams is thrown up high to Bryson Stott. Stott hitting .305 now. 1-0, and the pitch just up high. So the count is now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the second. And the pitch on the outside corner. Stott has a .300 average with 6 homers and 24 RBI. That's against right-handed pitchers. He's facing another one right here. And the pitch, it swung on and missed. And that fastball just has a lot of life to it. Guardians took him as the 23rd pick in the 2020 draft. The pitch, it's in the dirt. '21 draft. Full count, and the payoff pitch by Williams is outside, and Bryson Stott gets on with a 2-out walk. That's the first base runner that the Phillies have had in this game. So the Phillies, they're 52-44. They're 26-25 on the road. They had a big road game winning streak. It actually tied their franchise record. It was in the middle of this year. That ended when they played off against the Marlins in the second game. Alec Boehm's due up. And you'll look at a pitch that's upstairs. One ball, no strikes. Stott leads off at first. The pitch, line drive into center field for a base hit. Straw will play it on a hop. Stott will stop at second base. The throw is cut off towards the infield. And there's back-to-back base runners for the Phillies, trying to follow into the Guardians' footsteps, as they were able to get 4 straight base runners aboard in the bottom of the first. Phillies already have 2 in the top of the second. And Brandon Marsh will be coming up. He's in .281 with 7 home runs and 36 RBI. Williams looks back at second, bat to home plate, now bat to second again, and the pitch to home is swung on and missed. I like that piece of hitting by Boehm. He was able to just line it back up the middle, got over the head of Rosario. 0-1 is the count. Phillies down 2-0 against the Guardians. The pitch outside. One ball, one strike to Brandon Marsh. Williams looks back at second, fires from the belt, and throws it, and it's fouled off. So Marsh is behind in the count 1-2. We're in the top of the second inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Williams looks back at second. Stott's dancing off the bag. And the pitch to Marsh is upstairs again. Marsh in the second inning this season. He's 9 for 43 with 2 homers and 3 RBI. Stott leads off at second, and over at first is Bohm. The 2-2 is fouled off. Marsh putting up a pretty good at-bat here. He went 3 for 10 in the series against the Brewers, but in yesterday afternoon's game, he went 0 for 3 and struck out all 3 times he came up to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. Phillies down 2-0 in the top of the second. And the pitch, another foul ball. Williams with 33 pitches so far. Last time he pitched was on July 15th. It was against the Texas Rangers. He went 5 innings, had 4 strikeouts, allowed 4 hits and 4 walks and 2 earned runs. The pitch in the dirt, and Marsh works his way up to a full count. Good at-bat here, and a big pitch coming up to Marsh. In the on-deck circle is Jake Cave, who just got called back up for the Fightins, as Derek Hall got sent down. The look back to second. Williams decides that he won't disengage, but he does take a quick step off the mound at the very last second, and he'll reset here. Three balls, 2 strikes to Marsh. 2 runners on for the Phillies. And the payoff pitch. Runner goes, and it's fouled off towards the third base side, and it goes out of play. Got to give Marsh a lot of credit. 8 pitches in this at-bat. He's fouled off 4 of those 8 pitches. He gets back into the batter's box. Williams comes set at the belt. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. He'll look back at second base to Stott. And the payoff pitch. Outside and high, and that'll load the bases. So the Phillies had 2 outs with nobody on. And Stott walked. Bohm singled. And Marsh has now walked. Jake Cave has been doing a pretty good job with the AAA Iron Pigs. His 49 RBI, 16 home runs, and that's why they called him back up. Because the pop is starting to come back into the bat. As now the pitching coach, Carl Willis, will head out to the mound to talk things over with Gavin Williams, and home plate umpire Tom Hanahan's going to go out there to break up the conversation, and he will. Stepping off isn't disengagement. Well, I mean, if he calls for time, that's what happened. Bases are loaded for the Phillies, and Jake Cave is up with the bases juiced. In the top of the second, Phillies trail 2-0 against the Guardians. And the first pitch that Cave sees is inside, and it was a curveball that was in the dirt. Phillies in their regular away uniforms. It's the 1-0 pitch. It is a curveball that's at the knees for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Guardians in their home uniforms. And the 1-1 pitch. It's popped up towards shallow right field. And waving off everybody will be Jimenez, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs. The Phillies leave the bases juiced. And we head to the bottom of the second inning as they are down 2-0. All right. I have got to take a step off really quickly. I don't know why I'm like so hot up here. I'm going to turn the fan up a little bit more. What's up, Eddie? Thanks for coming on here. I'll see you guys really soon. I'm going to take a step off. All right. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. All right, this is, I believe, our 77th game that we've done this season. So we, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's been, 96 games, and we've missed like 18 of them or something like that. So that sounds about right. First pitch is lined, caught over at first base by Bryce Harper as Miles Straw lines out over to first, and Harper didn't anticipate that coming, but he made a pretty good catch. And already there's the first out of the inning. Good recognition from Harper, as it's pretty sunny over towards the first base side, so you have to really be on your toes. First pitch to Arias is in there for a called strike. He's hitting 181 on the season. Suarez with the 30th pitch. Here it is. Hopper hit over to the third base side. Bohm has it. Gets set. Throws over to first. And Arias is out as Bryce Harper is able to catch it over at first, and there's two away. Two quick outs in the bottom of the second inning. And now Stephen Kwan will come back up. Kwan went 3 for 12 in the series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Suarez throws a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Kwan is batting on the left side of the plate. 0-1. Inside. Two outs. Bases are empty in the bottom of the second inning. And the 1-1 is on the outside corner for a called strike. That'll make the count 1-2. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 offering, swing and a miss. A curveball in the dirt, and Kwan got fooled, and that's a guy who doesn't really strike out too much, so Ranger did a pretty good job throwing a 1-2-3 inning. And we head to the top of the third. Phillies trail 2-0. All right. Cool. Kathy Ann, how you doing? Eddie says, I just watched your first podcast. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. I really do. So far, so good with Harper at first defensively. Now we just need to get his. Now we just need his bat. I mean, we got to see more over at first base, man. That's you know, before we say that he can be our first baseman. I mean, so far I like what I see, but it's only 2 innings, so we have to give this like about a week. And to be honest with you, the fact that Derek Hall got sent back down, it's telling me that if Bryce Harper really is, this is more of a tryout for Bryce right now, and if it doesn't work out over the next week or so, then Dombrowski's going to have to make a move to get a first baseman. So what do you do? I don't know. But it's nice to have Schwarber be at the DH spot and have him have a day off in the field for sure. If you guys are brand new, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notification bells. All right, time to wish everybody that has a birthday on this day a happy birthday. First of all, happy birthday to Snowman. Brian Snow, 51, man. That's a milestone. Happy birthday to Brian. Thanks for coming on and for being my first guest on Play by Play with JJ. We released the first episode on your birthday. That was pretty cool. We do Sharing the Mic with JJ. That podcast is every Friday at 5 o'clock. Also, happy birthday to CeCe Sabathia. Wow, cool. 43 years old. Williams will have to face off against Schwarber as we head to the top of the third. And Williams will throw this upstairs and inside. Gene Littler would have been 93 years old today. Williams comes set at the chest, kicks, fires, and it's over the plate for a called strike. Gene Fulmer also has a birthday today. Tamika Catchings. Happy birthday to Tamika. And the pitch is swung on and missed. And also happy birthday to DeAndre Jordan, former 76er. The count is 1-2 to Kyle Schwarber. The flight out to center is first time up. Williams comes sit at the chest, and the next pitch, swing and a miss. Man, that curveball was nasty. Had a lot of movement as it just went sailing all the way down. It was actually towards the knees on the lower third of the strike zone, and it was a tough pitch that Schwarber could not catch up to. So Turner, who flied out in the first, is due up. And Turner will foul this one. Chop it foul. He's already behind in the count 0-1. Turner has faced the Guardians 10 times. As the 0-1 is lined into left center field, it's going to drop in for a hit. Straw tried to slide. He couldn't play it on a hop. It went all the way towards the wall. Turner's going to round second, go over to third. The throw's cut off, and no throw is made to third base. So Miles Straw, as the ball was hit out to left center field, he played it on a hop, tried to slide. The ball went underneath his glove, and it went all the way towards the wall. And because of that, Turner was able to get into third base without a throw. And he is standing over at third. That's his second triple over the last 4 days. And Castellanos will come on up, and Williams throws it up high. Lost his control on that one. Nick struck out in the first. He went 1 for 16 in the series against the Padres. And the 1-0 check swing. Did he go? First base ump says no. Excuse me. That felt good. Castellanos also did go 3 for 10 in the previous series against the Brewers. 2 balls, no strikes. Williams looks back at third. Now back to home plate. Kicks, deals, and it's outside. Ah, boy. This is the chance where if you're the Phils, you really just have to try to take advantage of any opportunity. And there's an opportunity here, a golden one. 3-0 offering. Grounder, hit over to shortstop. This will get the run home. Rosario throws over to first. It's in time, but the Phillies are on the board. It's an RBI ground out by Nick Castellanos. And there's now 2 gone in the top of the third. Well, we'll take a productive out. And Castellanos, I mean, at that time, you just got to try to put the ball in play. And he hit it pretty hard. But the good thing is that he was able to get a run home. The Phillies' new first baseman is up. And he takes it up high. It's been the talk of the day. The 1-0, it's lined out in the center field. It drops in for a hit. And Bryce Harper gets on with a 2-out single. Straw played it on a bounce. And he threw it towards the cutoff man. That was a nice piece of hitting by Bryce Harper. What's up, Jackie? Thanks for coming on here, Jackie. Thank you all for coming on here. Chat's been a little bit quiet. And JT will step up to the plate. He's been pretty cold lately. And he takes a 95-mile-per-hour pitch on the inside corner. So the count is 0-1. Phillies trail 2-1. In the top of the third inning, Harper's over at first. Williams, with 52 pitches, comes set at the belt. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock, gets the signs, and the windup, and the pitch. inside and high. JT struck out 5 times in the series against the Brewers. Was chasing after a lot of pitches. 1-1. And Williams throws it to home plate, and it's off the plate. So JT is already ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Realmuto. And there's a fastball that's fouled off. That'll make the count 2-2. Two outs in the top of the 3rd inning. A runner over at first. Phillies trail 2-1 in Cleveland. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Realmuto. Williams on the mound. Kick steals, and it's a foul ball again. Bryson Stott will wait in the on-deck circle. Had a pretty good at-bat his last time up. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And Williams comes set at the belt again. And the pitch is outside and in the dirt. As the catcher had to take his mask off really quickly. And held the runner in check over at first. 18 pitches in this inning for Gavin Williams. He's thrown 8 balls and 10 strikes. Having a hard time putting JT to sleep here. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Williams looks back at home plate, gets the signs, agrees on a call, and time was called at the very last second as Williams did throw it, and it was just a little curve that almost hit JT, but it wasn't really that fast. And he just caught it. Barehanded it. He took a step out, and it's just like, here's the ball. I'll catch it, and here you go. As he handed it off to Fry behind the plate. Everybody in the Phillies dugout laughing. Don't really see that every day. Harper's at first. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. The payoff pitch. It's fouled off again towards the first base side, and Harper will have to jog back over to first. Josh Naylor trying to keep him in check over at first base. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Realmuto. He's wearing his silver batting gloves on the right side of the plate. Payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out towards right center field. Straw says he has it as he does a couple of side steps over towards his left side, and he'll be there to make the catch. And the inning is over as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Phillies trail 2-1. They do get a run, though, on an RBI ground out by Nick Castellanos. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. All right. Ugh. All right. I don't know what's off today. I feel a little bit off, to be honest with you. I don't know why. But hopefully it'll get better. I know that this is also a part of the grind where, you know, like you hit a wall at some points when you're doing this for a little bit, but that's what the practice is for, you know? So, I don't know. But if you guys do enjoy this content, please make sure that you like and subscribe and turn on those notification bell icons as well. See what our fun fact of the day is. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a trivia question. We're not going to... I mean, I'll read you the answer, but... the trivia question for this is, how did the tradition of cutting down the nets following a victory in college basketball originate? I honestly don't know. So, the answer is... the credit for starting the tradition of cutting down the nets following a victory in college basketball goes to Everett Case in Case's first season as a coach at North Carolina State. That was in 1947. The school won the Southern Conference tournament, and he celebrated by keeping the nets as a souvenir. The practice caught on with other teams as well. Even prior to 1947, however, Indiana high schools had been cutting down the nets for several years. Case won 4 Indiana State High School championships at Frankfort High School in 1925, 1929, 36, and 39. And that was today's fact. Ahmed Rosario, the former Met, will be coming up, and Ranger Suarez is back out on the hill. He throws a cutter that's on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. Phillies trail 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 offering in the dirt. One ball, one strike. And Rosario will pop this one up over towards the first base side in foul territory. Harper leaps up, and he makes the catch into the box. Can you believe it? It was going all the way in foul territory, and Harper just leaped up and sacrificed his body and made a nice catch for the first out. And he gets up, and he seems to be all right. Rob Thompson was looking over on the rail to see if he was okay. And he is. And he made a really nice catch right in front of the foul ball netting into the box right by the Cleveland dugout. Man, you talk about an athlete that can just do so much. And it's just so great that Bryce is back in the field. It truly, truly is. Just such a privilege. He's a competitor, and he's trying to show a lot of leadership to the team. Jose Ramirez comes up. The first pitch he sees is a fastball that he lines out to a left field, and Cave will play it on a hop, and he throws it towards the infield. That's now the second hit of the day for Jose Ramirez. That was a really nice catch. Harper goes back over to first base. And that's going to be all over ESPN tonight, that catch that he just made. That was pretty impressive. All right, Josh Naylor will come up. Naylor had an infield single his last time up. Ramirez, who's over at first, is now 2 for 2. The 1-0 by Ranger. Bouncer. Hit over to the first base side, and it's foul. As it goes towards the on-deck circle. Naylor with 75 runs batted in. He has a .312 batting average, 15 home runs as well. It's been on a whole new level in just the month of July. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ranger Suarez, who has been struggling in the month of July, takes the rubber for the Phillies. He's in a little bit of trouble again. Throw back to first. Not in time to get Jose Ramirez. I mean, just like when you look at that catch, if you're able to watch it, if you just look at the way that Harper timed that play, it's pretty impressive and unbelievable. Throw back to first again. That's not in time either. He's trying to make a statement, and that's what leaders do. He's trying to say, follow my lead. Time is called by Josh Naylor. Takes a step out of the box. Suarez looks back at home plate. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, throw over the second. That was way off the line by JT as it must have slipped out of his hand. But regardless, Ramirez gets in there safely. And Trey was able to extend his glove to get all the way towards the baseball. So 2 outs and a runner over at second. JT just threw it over towards his right side. I don't know if the ball slipped or if it just, or what happened, but it didn't look like a typical JT throw. Josh Bell will come up, and he'll take a sinker on the outside corner for a called strike. Jose Ramirez with 2 stolen bases and 2 singles in this game. Suarez comes set, kicks, fires, and it's a foul ball. Bell played for the Pittsburgh Pirates, also spent time with the Washington Nationals, and was a part of the Juan Soto trade to the Padres as he signed with the Guardians this year. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the third. The payoff pitch, or the 0-2 pitch, I should say, is a check swing. Did he go? First base ump says yes, he did. And we head to the top of the fourth. Phillies getting some help on the defensive side from Bryce Harper over at first base. And we head to the top of the fourth. Phillies down 2-1 in Cleveland. Okay. So what just happened there? Naylor struck out and Bell popped out. All right. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a step off. I'll see you guys really soon now. I'll be right back. There's Bobby Dickerson, the Phillies infield coach, talking things over with Bryce Harper on that catch that he made over in foul territory in the first base box right next to the dugout. I'm Jason Joseph. This, of course, is play-by-play with JJ. Bryson Stott will lead off the inning, and he'll glance at a called strike, a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. He did walk his last time up. Williams, not wasting any time, will throw a curveball that's in the dirt. In case you're just tuning in, the Phillies are down 2-1 against the Cleveland Guardians. Nick Castellanos got the RBI ground out to help Trey Turner score. That was in the third inning. The pitch fouled back. Guardians were able to get 2 runs in the bottom of the first, one on an RBI double by Josh Bell, and David Fry would follow up with an RBI single. Williams comes set at the chest, winds up and delivers. It's outside. He already has 63 pitches on the evening so far. Gets the signs again, and the 2-2 bouncer up the middle. Played on a hop by Rosario. Throws over to first, and Stott's out by a step. So Al Bohm will be coming back up. Bohm singled his last time up. Marlins are down 6-0 against the Colorado Rockies. First pitch to Bohm is off the plate. Bowman in 280 with 9 home runs, 59 RBI. And Williams will throw this one outside. Yankees have a 4-3 lead against the Kansas City Royals. It's in the bottom of the 4th. 2 balls, no strikes. Williams comes set at the chest, winds up, and delivers. And it's a strike taken at the heart and soul of the plate. Nobody on, 1 out in the top of the 4th. The 2-1 pitch. Grounder back up the middle, into the hole, into center field for a base hit. And now Bohm gets his 2nd single on the day. Figueroa gives him a little pat on the back over at first base. That's the first base coach for the Phils. And a 1-out single by Alec Bohm. Wiz, thanks for coming on here, man. It's been a while since I've seen you, dude. I appreciate it. Chat's been a little bit quiet tonight. Marsh will come up to the plate. He walked his last time up to load the bases for the Phillies. And he'll take that one outside. Brandon has a 281 average with 7 home runs and 36 RBI. 1-0 is the count. Bohm leads off at first. Williams getting ready to throw his 70th pitch. Gets the signs. Comes set at the belt. And throws it outside. That'll make the count 2-0. He's thrown 39 strikes. And 31 balls. Phillies down 2-1 in the top of the 4th. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch up high and outside. And that'll make the count 3-0. I appreciate that, man. What's up, Jeeva Newts? I know we got to get the Phillies to win, Wiz. Maybe you'll be the good luck charm here. 1 out in the top of the 4th. Phillies trail 2-1. A runner at first. And the 3-0. It's inside and high for ball 4. And Marsh will walk for the 2nd time today. Good eye by Marsh. The control has been a little bit all over the place for Williams. When he's on, he's on. But when he's missing his spots, it's been pretty, I don't want to say atrocious, but it hasn't been so sharp. See that he went with all fastballs there for the most part. Bohm goes over to second. Jake Cave is up. He popped out with the bases loaded his last time up, and he'll ground this one right into the hole of center field. And the throw to home plate to get Bohm is in time. Miles Straw with a beautiful throw from center field. Bohm wanted to test it as he was rounding third, and Straw just threw a dart to home plate. 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll put runners at first and second. Bohm was caught like a dead fish to the plate on an incredible throw by Miles Straw. It was played on a bounce by Fry, and he was just right there at the right time. 2 outs, and runners are over at first and second, and Kyle Schwarber is coming back up. So Williams gets some help from the defense. And Schwarber will lay that one off. It was a curveball at 75. That was just an incredible throw by Straw. Bohm was caught like a dead fish at the plate. The 1-0, another curveball that's inside. The thing is, now, if you're the Phillies, you want to try to have a really good plate approach. Because if Williams is off, if he throws a strike, test his arm out. The 2-0 to Schwarber is upstairs and outside. That's the thing about Williams, is that he does issue walks. Sort of like how Aroldis Chapman was his rookie year. He was on, he was on. But when he would walk batters, get pretty ugly. 3-0. It's outside and high, and the Phillies will load the bases as Schwarber walks. Phillies get 4 base runners on, and the pitching coach for the Guardians, Carl Willis, will go back out there to have a conversation with Gavin Williams. Exactly, Larry. That's what we got to do. So that'll bring up Trey Turner. Phillies are down 2-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning. If you guys are brand new to my channel, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, turn on those notification bell icons as we cover Phillies baseball, 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and of course, Patriots football. Everybody will go back to their spots. Trey Turner is coming up to the plate. In the month of July, he's 15 for 64 with 2 homers and 5 RBI. First pitch, foul ball. It was a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He tripled in the 3rd. He's 2 for 6 with the bases loaded this season with 4 RBI. The 0-1, it's outside and in the dirt. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, and the 1-1, it's a bouncer that was almost over the head of the catcher as he tried to play it on a hop, and Williams was coming into home plate recognizing the play, but it did not get over the head of Fry. That was a lucky bounce, if you will. He went over towards his right side, tried to backhand it. It hit off of his wrist, and it stayed in front of him. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Line drive into center field, and they'll be caught by Straw, and the inning is over. So Turner lines out. It's the 2nd time today that the Phillies have left the bases loaded. And we're not able to score a run as the Guardians get out of the inning unscathed. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies trail 2-1 in Cleveland. To be fair, he hit it pretty sharply. It was just right at Miles Straw. Oh, boy. I know. I hear your frustration, Larry. I do. Did I say bottom of the 5th inning? Sorry. Bottom of the 4th inning. I need to put these lineup cards somewhere else because it's blocking when I'm putting this over my scorecards. Can't be doing that. All right, how many people do we have on here, guys? I want to make sure that we get to the 40 mark. All right? I want to make sure that we get to the 40 mark with the thumbs ups. All right, we got 27, so we need 3 more to get to 30. So if you have not done so already, please like, please subscribe. I give you this content for free. Best thing that you guys can do is to support me. And the only way to support is by subscribing to the channel, hitting that thumbs up button. That's all you got to do. It's free. Bottom of the 4th inning, Phillies trail 2-1 at Progressive Field. First pitch is inside for a ball, so David Fry is up. He's the catcher today. He had an RBI single his last time up. The 1-0. Bouncer hit over the 3rd, but it's foul. Fry went 1 for 6 in the last series against the Pirates. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Gabe Morales over at first says no. Phillies will also play tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time here in Cleveland, Ohio. Then on Sunday afternoon at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time, swung on and that ball is belted out to left field, and it goes back towards the wall, and it hits off the top of the wall. The throw by Jake Cave over to second base is not in time as Fry dives in there safely. Cave made a really good throw, but Fry just came out of the batter's box like a cannon, and Rob Thompson will say play on as the Phillies thought about challenging it. Let's see. Did a good job of just getting over to it off the wall, and just threw a cannon over to second base. Let's see. Yep, he just got his hand in there in time. Just got the right hand in there. So a leadoff double. And now a bunt is being shown by Andres Jimenez. So foul that one off. Eli Morgan is getting loosened up in the Guardians bullpen. And he will most likely pitch the top of the fifth. No balls, one strike to Jimenez, and he shows bunt again. And he'll bunt this one down the first base line. It's a foul ball, though. Harper tags out Jimenez anyways, but of course he'll go back over to home plate. Harper's just like, you're out, man. Is that a fair ball? That was really a fair ball. Let's see. It was, oh yeah, it stayed on the line. It did. It was foul first, and it just hit the line. So that's a fair ball. Didn't see any signal from the first base umpire, but regardless, the runner goes over to third, and there's one out. That's crazy. Straw lined out to second. In the second. And Suarez will throw a curveball that's just below the knees. Huh. Look at the replay again. It just stayed in there. Just hit the line, and Harper tagged him out. Huh. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 offering is fouled off. Miles is 0 for 1 today. There's a runner over at third. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Suarez comes set, kicks, deals, and it's inside, or on the inside quarter, according to Tom Hanahan. So the Phillies get a little gift there. It was so weird watching it, Larry. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Suarez with the 2-2 pitch. And it's another foul ball. So the Guardians, when you take a look at the AL standings, they're about 1.5 games behind the Minnesota Twins. Or 2.5 games now, I should say. 2-2. Grounder hit over to third base. Bohm plays it on a couple of out spins. Throws over to first, and it's in time. A nice play by Alec Bohm. It almost got through the hole. And Straw, who's lightning quick, was going over to first base down the line. And he was out by half a step on an incredible throw by Alec Bohm. And there's 2 outs. They love that defensive play, as Turner had to duck, too, because he was about a couple of feet over towards Bohm's left side, and he did. He ducked for his life. It's like squatting down, like into a push-up position. And here comes Gabriel Arias. Takes it upstairs and inside for a ball, the 1-0 pitch. Inside again for ball 2. I give Turner a lot of credit for that. He was just like, whoops, I got to go. That was big. 2-0 is the count. Arias at the plate. And Suarez will throw it outside. Phillies, they're 10.5 games behind the Atlanta Braves. They're tied with the Marlins. Suarez, not wasting any time, comes set and throws a fastball right down the hatchet. Arias is 2 for 17 with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position this season. He's trying to extend the lead for the Guardians here. The 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. That fastball was upstairs, and Arias tried to make contact with it and could not do so. Suarez with a big payoff pitch coming up. It was a 3-0 count. Now it's a full count. The payoff. It's inside. And it was a fastball at 96, and that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs. Decided to go with a fastball, but it wasn't even like it was a close pitch. It was inside and maybe about half a foot off the plate. So Kwan will come up. He's batting on the left side. Kwan's 0 for 2. Been hitting really well. And he'll take a sinker at 95. So Arias is over at first. He walked. Straw got on base with a base hit. The 0-1. It's at the knees for a called strike. Good pitch thrown by Ranger. He went with a slider that time. The ball is 2 strikes. Phillies down 2-1 against the Guardians. 66 pitches for Ranger. The 0-2 grounder into the hole in the right field for a base hit. A run's going to come in to score. And the throw is cut off. It's an RBI single, as that'll put runners at first and third again. And Steven Kwan just continues to come through for the Cleveland Guardians. It was hit just right in between the first base and second base hole. Harper or Stott would have never been able to get over to the baseball, and it was hit pretty sharply on the ground. Guardians extend their lead 3-1. And now Ahmed Rosario will come on up, and he swings and misses at a changeup. That's in the dirt. Phillies have been getting opportunities. They've just been leaving a lot of guys on base. They had 2 opportunities with bases loaded. No balls, 1 strike. Suarez throws that one up high. It's at 94 miles per hour. Rosario with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position. Well, for the Phillies' sake, it's not so good. He's hitting .481 with a double, a triple, and 14 RBI. The 1-1, grounder back up the middle. Stott plays it, and he'll go over to second base as he played it on a couple of hops and just won the race to the bag as Kwan was just out. And we go to the top of the 5th. Steven Kwan gives the Guardians another run on an RBI single, and we go to the top of the 5th. Phillies down 3-1. Okay. Oh, boy. How many people do we have on here? Because I'm very, very curious. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel already, and if you really do enjoy this content, please make sure that you guys do that. We got 28 people on here. All right, cool. Very nice. Let's take another sip of this. All right, I'm going to take another step off, but I'll be right back in just a couple seconds. All right, in case you're just tuning in, please make sure that you like, please make sure that you subscribe, and turn on that notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I upload. We head to the top of the fifth inning. Phillies trail 3-1, and Eli Morgan will come on in relief for Gavin Williams. In 36 games, he's 4-1 with a 2.29 earned run average, and he has 39 strikeouts and 39 innings of work. He'll have to face Castellanos here, who takes a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. His batting average is down to 289 now, as he's 0 for 2 on the day. He's been really struggling since the All-Star break. The pitch, swing and a miss. That'll make the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Morgan comes set at the chest, and the pitch, it's laid off. So Nick, after he was drafted by the Detroit Tigers in 2010, he actually recruited his younger brother Ryan Castellanos during the same year and got to announce his draft pick. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and Castellanos went chasing after a pitch that was in the dirt and outside. And there's one away. It's actually a really cool story. About 5 days, he was, after that, so he got to announce his brother being drafted by the Tigers. It was in the 26th round. And Dombrowski has talked about it as being one of the things that had to happen for Castellanos. I think that's really cool. Here's Bryce Harper, who will swing and miss at the first pitch. It was right down Broad Street. No balls, 1 strike. Phillies trail 3-1. We're in the top of the fifth inning with 1 out, and the bases are empty. The 0-1, it's upstairs. Eric says, so Patriots, huh? Yep. I've talked about the story a lot of times, but I understand why it has to keep coming up, because it does, and I get it. Doesn't make sense. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a curveball that's at the knees for a called strike. Morgan will get the signs from Fry. Fry tries to go inside a little bit. And the 1-2 pitch, another swing and a miss. That was a slider that was in the dirt, and Harper goes down swinging. Everybody's chasing after pitches. And there's 2 gone. JT Realmuto is due up now. Talk about somebody else that is due for a hit. JT's in that category too. As he hits this one out to right field, it's looking foul, and it'll go out of play. Just missed it. And he's already behind in the count, 0-1. JT's 32 years old. He's from Del City, Oklahoma. Made his Major League debut back on June 5th of 2014 for the Marlins. The 0-1, Hopper hit over to the third base side. Ramirez will have it, and he throws a dart over to first base, and Realmuto is out. And there's out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the fifth. A 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies are down 3-1. Yes. Pretty fast game so far. What time is it, 8:33? Huh, so we're about an hour, 20 minutes into this. Interesting. Yes. Tampa Bay, they're up 3-0 against the Baltimore Orioles. About that. And the Yankees, they're beating the Royals now 5-3. Marlins are still down 6-0, so that's good news for the Phillies' sake. Marlins are on a big losing streak as they're starting to skid a little bit. Eddie, yeah, you can totally interview me if you'd like to. Yeah, you can totally interview me. All right, we just hit the 30 like mark. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well and that you're having yourselves a great Friday night. Did we just lose 2 subscribers? Huh. That's interesting. Excuse me. Well, it's good to know. Because then that means that it just doesn't work. And not everybody, of course, is going to like it. I don't really care, but McAble has been doing a pretty good job. He had 3 strikeouts yesterday against Altoona in 5 innings for the Reading Titans. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies have only been able to put up 1 run on 5 hits. Meanwhile, the Guardians have been manufacturing 3 runs on 7 hits. And Jose Ramirez, who's been on base a lot today, with 2 singles or runs scored and 2 stolen bases. He's batting on the right side here. So he'll face off against Ranger Suarez, who's out there for his 5th inning of work. And the first pitch is a fastball that's in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike, and Ranger kicks, steals, and it's in the dirt. Ranger has only faced the Guardians 1 time, and it was back in 2019 when the Phillies played them, but he only pitched about an inning. There's a bouncer hit back up the middle again, and it goes into center field, and Jose Ramirez with 3 hits today as he gets on with a single back up the middle. He's just putting the ball in play, and good things are happening. It's that old cliche. So a leadoff single in the bottom of the 5th, and Josh Naylor will come back up. Guardians have been doing pretty well offensively. As the first pitch is chopped foul down the first base line. It's a foul ball. Remember when Josh Naylor was just called up, went on a very hot streak and did a really good job when the Guardians were facing off against the Yankees in the playoffs during October. The 0-1, that ball is ripped out to right field. It's hooking foul and it goes out of play. So Ranger Suarez has 75 pitches. Not at his best stuff. Naylor's 26, had a birthday on June 22nd. Stands at 5'11". The 0-2, outside. At home, he has 49 hits and 152 at-bats, 7 home runs and 30 RBI. The 1-2, it's sliced foul. His brother, Bo Naylor, is the catcher for the Guardians. He usually has been getting the starts, but he's off the bench. Will be coming off the bench, probably. Or just get the night off. Throw back to first to try to get the runner is not in time. Jose Ramirez just got back in there safely. Harper tried to tag him. And Ramirez did a good job at diving back in there and getting his right hand back to the bag. Good try by Ranger. The 1-2. Bouncer hit over to the first base side again, and it just rolls foul. And goes over towards the Phillies dugout. The pitch in the dirt and the throw over the second base to try to get Ramirez is not in time. Is that recorded as a stolen base, or is that just a wild pitch? I'm interested to see what they scored that as. I don't know if Jose Ramirez was running because of the angle. Let's see. Nope. It just bounced a little bit in front of JT, and he tried to throw it over to the bag, and Ramirez's helmet came flying off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There goes the double play ball, and the pitch, swing and a miss. And Josh Naylor strikes out. There's the first out of the inning. Naylor was actually on a 9-game hitting streak before yesterday's game. Came in the pinch hit against the Pirates, and he struck out in that at-bat. Josh Bell will come on up, and he'll look at a 4-seamer that's low. Bell batting on the right side of the plate. Lots of switch hitters in this lineup for Cleveland. They're up 3-1. The pitch in the dirt. Josh Bell with a .240 batting average this season. He is starting to get hot too, with 11 home runs and 47 RBI. 2 balls, no strikes. Suarez looks back at second. And the 2-0, it gets away from JT again, and Ramirez will jog on over to third without a throw. That makes the count 3-0. Phillies just are really struggling. What's up, Mitch? Thanks for coming on here, man. Oh, boy. 3 balls, no strikes. Ranger comes set at the chest, and he'll throw that one outside, and that puts runners at the corners in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is starting to get a little bit ugly. Not a Ranger-like outing, but it's been about a couple of outings where he just has not had his stuff, his best stuff. Here comes David Fry. His time is called here. Eric, thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, man. I'll get to your comment in just a second. Give me 1 sec, man. Fry will slice this one foul down the third base line. He's catching behind the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the evening. That was really nice, man. You did not have to do that. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, grounder, hit over to the third base side. Bohm throws it over to second, and it's in time. Another nice play by Alec Bohm. And Ramirez does come in to score. It's an RBI fielder's choice ground out. And there's still now there's 2 outs, and our runner's over at first. It was a good play by Bohm, but also just good recognition by Jose Ramirez. It was a really nice play. So Bell was out at second. Fry is aboard for his 3rd time tonight. And Andres Jimenez will take a sinker off the plate. Eric says, my stepfather is a Patriots fan. The family has been trying to convert him into an Eagles fan for over the past couple of years. No balls, 1 strike. And the slider is thrown on the outside corner at the knees. Wow, that is really funny. Junior Marte will be loosening up in the Phillies bullpen. I mean, I don't hate the Eagles. I really don't. I have nothing against the Eagles. It was just the fact that I got into football when I was older. And they were the first team that I physically, sat down to watch. The pitch. It's in the dirt. Rangers giving up 4 runs in just 4 2/3 of an inning. Not what the doctor ordered for the Phillies. The 1-2. Ranger tried to get the call, but it was just a hair outside. Phillies lost because I bet on them, says Wiz. The game's not over, but not a good start for Philadelphia, of course. You may as well call for time here. Two balls, two strikes, and the 2-2 delivery just fouled off as Jimenez just got a piece of it. Ranger thought maybe he had him. But he'll stay alive here. Tampa Bay Rays are looking to shut out the Baltimore Orioles. So they're up 3-0 in the top of the ninth. It's the last chance for Baltimore. Phillies playing in Cleveland, Ohio at Progressive Field. They trail 4-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. The 2-2. Bouncer. It's fouled again. This time by Jimenez. Andres is 24 years old. Played for the Mets in 2020. Was a part of the Rosario deal. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Third base ump said no. Eric says, I completely understand. I didn't get into MLB until a few years ago. I'm happy that you understand. Because some people don't. And I also understand that it doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. The pitch was inside, but Ranger gets out of the inning. The Guardians, however, get another run on an RBI fielder's choice groundout by David Fry, and we head to the top of the sixth. Phillies trail 4-1. Okay. Oh boy. Guys, if you're new to my channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure that you turn on those notification bells. I gave you this content for free. I know that the Phillies have been struggling today, but what are you guys waiting for, man? What you guys waiting for? Trying to get more people to come on here. Ugh. That was a nice yawn. So in case you guys are wondering why we haven't changed over to StreamYard yet, I'm going to tell you why. For those of you that have been waiting. I want to play around with this new setup. And it's been really hard for me to find time because I'm doing all my content that I do on here. Like, we gotta still produce. So, like, before we make the full transition, you know, I'm trying to see if certain things work, but I haven't even, like, gotten rid of Restream yet because, you know, we've been doing games here every day. So I just want to let you guys know, and I want to be straightforward with you guys, that we haven't made the switch over to StreamYard because we're still trying to figure out logistics about the setup and the presentation of it all and those types of things. And hopefully we'll make the move soon, but until we're ready, we're still going to be doing stuff here on Restream. So it just took a little bit longer than I anticipated. So, you know, the most important thing is, you know, we can't stop. We got to keep going. Got to keep plugging along. I care about that more. Stott will come up and he'll look at a pitch that's upstairs. It's thrown by Morgan. So Gavin Williams got the start for the Cleveland Guardians and lasted 4 innings. Only give up 1 earned run. Phillies left the bases loaded twice. The pitch. It's in there for a called strike. This Guardians bullpen's been pretty tremendous. Got Clase as the closer. They have some really good arms out there, too. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stott. And the slider's thrown just a hair off the plate. Two balls, 1 strike. The next pitch, foul ball. Edward wants to know if I'm still high on the offense. I mean, they're in a slump right now. I do think that they probably should go after another bat during the break. The question is, are you going with a first baseman or a left fielder? And that all depends on Bryce, man. It does. The pitch, way up high, was about a couple of feet above the strike zone. Payoff pitch. Line drive into center field. Another base hit for Bryson Stott. He had a really good hit last night against Corbin Burns. He put up a really good professional at bat, and this is just what he does. It's like night and day for him. He has the most two-strike hits in all of baseball, and yet he's only 25 years old. So he singles back up the middle, and Alec Boehm, another Phillies young guy, is up at the plate. And Boehm will take the four-seamer upstairs and inside as well. Alec is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's made some really good defensive plays, too, over at third. Throw back over to first to get Stott is not in time. Do have to remind you that when the Phillies were playing up against the Milwaukee Brewers in the second game, Harper had a single in the ninth off of Williams, and Stott got on with a base hit, but Stott did end up getting caught stealing over at second. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. He's a good base runner, but really have to try to be smart on the bases. How about you, Edward? I want to know about you if you feel good about the offense. The 1-1, swinging a fly ball, hit out to left field. It is just hooking foul. And Boehm was just a little bit early. Man, oh man. Morgan getting ready to throw his 20th pitch. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Morgan comes set at the belt. Here it is. And it's in there for a called third strike. I mean, Boehm didn't even move a muscle, and the pitch was right down the hatchet. And Terry Francona has seen enough from Morgan, so he will go out there to pull the plug. That'll be it for him. So we're still in the top of the sixth inning. We have a pitching change. The Phillies are down 4-1 in Cleveland. Wow. Why is he looking at that pitch, man? I don't understand. I was wearing, I don't usually like wearing the jersey, but today I had to go for it. And I guess it was, obviously the game's not over, and there's still a lot of baseball left. But so far, I'm starting to regret this decision. All right, guys, we need... Oh, boy. Edward says, I think we've had some tough luck with Bryce. Gotta get going. He seems clueless. Boehm just missing Turner. Just missing. Yeah, I feel you. Larry wants to know if all my Pats shirts got stolen. No, they did not get stolen. There's a strategy. I'm not really trying to wear a lot of Pats gear on here because I don't want that to throw off our fans for our Phillies games. Because it does. And, I don't want to... I really don't want to, have to raise the conversation all the time. Because it does kind of get annoying after a while. When you keep explaining the same story over and over and over again. So, Edward says go Eagles. Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't have to be this way if I was just 4 for 4, and I get that, and I totally understand it, but I'm not. So, I I did kind of do this to myself, but it's not all my fault technically. Yeah, they do. I have noticed that. All right, Tim Herron will come in. He has a 5.01 ERA. We'll get to more of his stats in just a few seconds. He's going to face Brandon Marsh. It's a lefty on lefty, and he'll throw a fastball at 97 inside and high. We'll try it. We'll see. But again, the game's not over. So if this works out tonight, this might be the solution. I don't know. Want to know is the count. And the pitch to Marsh is off the plate. Again, thank you so much for the donation, Eric. I really do appreciate that. That was really, really nice. 2 balls, no strikes. Barron comes set. Kicks, steals. And it's in there for a called strike. Marsh with 2 walks. He's hitting .281 with 7 home runs and 36 RBI. And the pitch outside for ball 3. Marsh, give him credit. He's been having some really good at-bats. He's starting to see the ball pretty well. Nick Sandlin is getting loosened up in the Guardians' pen now. The 3-1 delivery to Marsh. It's in there, a slider at 88 for a called strike on the upper third of the zone. Big payoff pitch coming up as Herron's on the bump. And the payoff, it's inside and high. The 3rd time today that Brandon Marsh has gotten on with a walk. Something that you like to see. And the tying run is coming up to the plate for the Fightins. That's what Trey Turner and that's what, other guys in the lineup have to do. Just not swinging everything. Next batter will be Jay Cave. And Cave will take that pitch downstairs and off the plate. Cave did get a base hit his last time up. Could have been an RBI single, but Bohm was actually out at the plate. Trying to test the throw of Miles Straw out in center field. The 1-0 offering, outside and wide. Phillies doing a good job at trying to take advantage of Herron. The 2-0, swing and a miss. So Tim Herron is on the mound. He has a 5.01 ERA, 26 strikeouts. He's 26 years old, and he stands at 6'6", just as tall as Aaron Judge. I think Judge actually is a little bit taller, though. Cave will take the next one outside. Judge is 6'8", right? Or is he 6'6"? I think Judge is 6'6". I'll have to fact check that. 3-1 outside, and the Phillies have the bases loaded for the 3rd time today. Back-to-back walks issued by Herron. And there's 1 out in the top of the 6th. And a bases clearing double ties the game. It's all that they need. And Kyle Schwarber will be coming up. It's time for him to get a big hit here. That would be really nice. We're just about ready to approach the 9 o'clock hour. So we're out here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. I am not in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm in Voorhees, New Jersey. Still pretty nice, but yes. Yes, absolutely. So Schwarber is coming on up to the plate. Everybody goes back to their spots. The 30-year-old from Middletown, Ohio, not too far away from here, is up. And he'll take the first pitch upstairs and wide for a ball. Stott at third, Marsh at second, and Cave over at first. We're in the top of the sixth, one out to the 1-0 pitch. Outside again for ball two. And now, Herron can't find the strike zone. Schwarber has 6 grand slams in his career and has hit 2 this season. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next one is just a little bit off the plate again for ball 3. Turner waits in the on-deck circle. Schwarber walked his last time up. He's 0 for 2 today. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 3-0 up high for ball 4. An RBI walk for Kyle Schwarber as Stott will come in the score, and the Phillies cut the deficit in half. And Terry Francona has seen enough, and he will go on out there to take Herron out of the game. He'll take the baseball, and Herron will go back to the dugout as we have another pitch and change. Phillies now down 4-2 with the bases still loaded. It's the third walk that he issued in a row. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Larry still says it's over. You got to play all 27 outs. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. Even when it gets frustrating, there's always a chance in baseball. How about the Nationals? They're beating the Giants 5-3, but the Giants have the bases loaded in the top of the 7th. And then the Reds, they're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks, so Reds have a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th with the bases loaded themselves. Giants, Diamondbacks, Marlins, and Phillies all pretty close to one another, including the Reds and the Brewers too. Everybody's trying to fight for that wild card spots. Those wild card spots. Always forget that it's not just 1 anymore, it's 3. Larry says play all 27 outs and then we lose. That's the spirit, Larry. But no, we love you, Larry. If you guys are brand new to my channel, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Nick Sandlin has a 2.7 ERA. He's in the ball game. He's 4-3 on the season, and opponents are hitting 150 against him, which is not good for the Phillies' sake. He has 39 strikeouts, and he's only allowed 14 walks. He'll have to go up against Trey Turner here. This is a big at-bat, arguably one of his biggest at-bats of the season here. Bases loaded for the Phillies. We're in the top of the 6th, and the first pitch to Trey is a slider that's at the knees for a called strike. Turner is 1 for 3 on the day. He tripled back in the 3rd. Was able to score a run on the RBI groundout by Castellanos. The 0-1 offering way outside, and a nice play at the plate by Fry to show off his flexibility. Turner does have 5 career grand slams. He's 2 for 7 this season with the bases loaded with 4 RBI. 1-1 is the count. And the pitch. Fly ball. Hit out towards the third base side in foul territory. And it'll go towards about the 5th row or so. And Turner does stay alive. Gavin Williams' day is done, my guy. It's done. He didn't even last 5 innings, so he lost that one. Bases loaded for the Phillies in the top of the 6th. Sandlin in the pitch for the Guardians. 1-2 is the count to Turner. And the pitch. A high bouncer. It's fouled towards the third base dugout. And Turner does stay alive. Turner batting .256 with 4 doubles with runners in scoring position. And, of course, this is a big opportunity here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sandlin comes set. Kick, steals, swing, and a miss. It was a slider that was outside, and Turner strikes out for the first time today. There's now 2 outs with the bases still loaded. Well, that'll bring up Nick Castellanos. He's the 7th batter to come up in the inning. And Castellanos hits this one out to deep left center field. And on the run, out in left field, will be Naylor, and he'll be there to make the catch. And the inning is over. The 3rd time today that the Phillies have left the bases loaded. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies down 4-2. No, it was hit pretty sharply, but fortunately, it was just caught there. All right, I'm going to take a quick step off, guys. I'll be right back, all right? I'll see you guys really soon. That was tough. All right. Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies trail 4-2 in Cleveland. That was the 3rd time today that they've left the bases loaded. They only got 1 hit in the inning, too, but they had 3 walks. Now Junior Marte will come up to pitch for the Fightins. There's a 4.91 earned run average in 25 innings of work, 24 strikeouts, and opponents are batting .269 against him. So in case you're just tuning in, the Phillies are down 4-2. Guardians were able to get 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st as Miles Straw's coming up. Josh Bell had an RBI double. David Fry had an RBI single. Phillies would then get a run back on an RBI ground out by Nick Castellanos. That would cut the deficit 2-1. Stephen Kwan would then get an RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. And in the bottom of the 5th, David Fry got an RBI fielder's choice. Phillies did get a run back, though, on an RBI walk by Kyle Schwarber with the bases loaded. First pitch to Straw is lined out in the right field, and it's in there for a hit. And Straw will just stay put over at first base as Castellanos gets on the ground on one knee. He gobbles it up, and he throws it to the cutoff man. And there's a leadoff single surrendered by Junior Marte. Gabriel Arias is up. He's in 180 with 4 homers and 6 RBI. Straw can fly. He leads off over at first. The first pitch is bunted. It was popped up but fouled way behind the plate. Kwan waits in the on-deck circle. Guardians are a couple of games behind the Minnesota Twins in that AL Central. 0-1 is the count. Another bunt is shown, and this time it's hit over towards the first base side, and it's fouled about towards the on-deck circle, a little bit behind the circle. No balls, 2 strikes. Marte with his blue fielding glove is on the mound. The 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Marte gets his first strikeout in the bottom of the 6th. And there's one away. And here comes Stephen Kwan. He's batting on the left side. He's hitting .269 with 3 homers and 32 RBI. Had an RBI single back in the 4th. And Marte will throw a fastball on the outside corner. Picture perfect frame. Marte comes set at the chest, gets the signs from Realmuto, kicks, steals, and it's up high and outside. So Kwan has been with the Guardians for a couple of seasons now. He's 25 years old. He's from Los Gatos, California. The 1-1 offering, fouled off. He went to Washington High School in Fremont, California, and actually batted .462 as a senior in high school, and then he went to Oregon State University to play college baseball for the Beavers. The pitch. It's off the plate. Then he was selected as a 5th-round draft pick by the Cleveland Guardians in 2018. They were the Indians at the time. 2-2 pitch. It's slapped down the third base line. It's a fair ball. Just stays in there. Cave goes over towards the corner. Throws it over to Trey Turner, who's there to cut it off. And it's a double, an opposite field double by Stephen Kwan, as it just stayed within bounds. Man, oh man, that pretty much just describes the day for the Phillies. Or for the Guardians, I should say. They've been not really producing too much barrel on the ball, but when they just put the ball in play, good things are happening for them. It just got over the third base line. Bohm was like not even close to the bag and couldn't even do anything about it. And this team who has a lot of speed on the bases, you know, they can really just irritate you as an opponent. Caleb Cotham will try to settle down Marte here. Ahmed Rosario, who's 0 for 3 today, grounded into a fielder's choice and fouled out as well. That was to Bryce Harper, who made a really nice catch in the box right next to the dugout. He's up at the plate. A pretty big jumbotron out in left center field. I didn't realize how big that was, but I thought Fan Vision was pretty big, but this is enormous at Progressive Field. Wow. Cotham will head back over towards the dugout. And Ahmed Rosario, he's in .352 with runners in scoring position, and he has 33 RBI in that scenario. The first pitch he sees, it looked like it was just a hair off, but Tim Hanahan says it was a called strike. Klon's over at second, and over at third base is Straw. The pitch. It's inside. Guardians are 4 for 10 tonight with runners in scoring position. The 1-1 in the dirt and outside. Want to know what the Phillies are? 1 for 6. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out. Phillies down 4-2. There's a fastball that's in the dirt for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. to Ahmed Rosario. Marte kicks, steals, line drive past the diving stop of Turner into left field. One run comes in to score, and it's now a 5-2 game as Kwan will stop over at third. It's an RBI single by Ahmed Rosario, and the Guardians lead at 5-2. Not much Turner could do on that. That's what I saw in real time, but decent contact, and now Rob Thompson has had enough. And he will go out there to get a new pitcher. And Marte's day is done. Phillies down 5-2 against the Guardians, and they'll be back in just a few moments as Matt Strom will now come on in from the bullpen. All right, I'll be right back really quickly. All right, I'll see you guys really soon. Phillies trail 5-2 against the Cleveland Guardians. As Matt Strom is in the ball game now, in 58 in the third of an inning, his earned run average is at 3.7. Junior Marte, well, he came on to try to get out of the sixth inning and throw a clean inning, but that has not worked out. Guardians are able to get another run on an RBI single by Ahmed Rosario. And here's Jose Ramirez, who has been on a tear against the Phillies as of today. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases as well. There's 1 out. And Strom will throw the first pitch on the inside corner at 93 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike. Ramirez, as I mentioned, batting on the right side. He's been having a pretty good homestand this season. The 0-1 line drive caught over at third base as Alec Bohm leaps up and will make the catch. What a catch by Bohm. He timed it perfectly. He's made some really good plays today over at third base if there's any sort of positive that you want to take away from this game. My gosh. A really nice play by Alec Bohm. And now Josh Naylor will come back up. Naylor's 1 for 3 today against the Phillies. He singled in the first, scored a run, and is looking to drive in his 76th RBI. First pitch, ground ball back up the middle, and Stott will bobble it. And that's an infield RBI single as Stephen Kwan comes in to score. It was a tough play by Stott. It would have been really tough for them to get Josh Naylor out. So it's now 6-2 Cleveland. Larry says there is no positive. Outbohm's defense has been really good, though, at third base today. He's made some really stellar plays. Let's see. Stott tried to backhand it and was not able to make the play. Bounced in front of him, and it took a weird bounce, but it's an RBI infield single, and now the Guardians lead at 6-2. Josh Bell, another switch hitter, will bat on the right side, and he fouls the first pitch off. So Strom wants to try to get out of this, but it's just not working out for him so far. There's runners at first and second. The 0-1 offering, swing and a miss. Two outs in the bottom of the sixth inning. Phillies trail 6-2. The 0-2 just sliced foul. Josh Bell is from Irving, Texas. He's now 30 years old. Made his major league debut back on July 8th of 2016 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. No balls, 2 strikes. Strom looks back at second. Now back to home plate. The pitch. Pop up, hit out to left field. On the run is Cave as he comes in towards home plate, and they'll make the catch, and the inning is finally over. The Guardians, they get 2 runs, though, and extend their lead now 6-2 on an RBI single by Ahmed Rosario and another RBI single by Josh Naylor. And we head to the top of the 7th. All right. So, guys, it is time now for your Phillies trivia question of the day. So, in case you guys are new to my channel, all right, in the top of the 7th inning, what we do is we ask a Phillies trivia question. And if you get the question right, well, first of all, we reveal the answers in the bottom of the 7th, but you're totally more than welcome to write your answers as we go into the bottom of the 7th. And then once we read off the answers, when we do go to the bottom of the 7th, we read it off in order. If you get the question correct, this is what you'll hear. And if you get the question wrong, if you are incorrect, this is what you'll hear. So today's Phillies trivia question is this. Okay. Where is it? Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Okay, there it is. I lost it. Okay, there it is. All right. So I want to know, right? We know how great Jim Thome was. This is a guy that played for the Philadelphia Phillies and for the Cleveland Guardians. So I want to know how many of his incredible home runs did he hit when he was in a Phillies uniform? How many home runs did he have for the Phillies? That's the question for Jim Thome. Comment your answers down below. I want to know what the answer is. Let me know. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Harper as we start off the top of the 7th. How many home runs did Jim Thome have in the pinstripes? 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch inside for ball 3. Andrew Bellotti getting loosened up in the Phillies bullpen. Sandlin is out there for another inning of work. The 3-0 is inside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Bryce Harper, and JT Realmuto will step up to the plate. JT today is hitless. Flied out to left, flied out to center. Didn't fly out to right, but he grounded out to third. So comment your answers down below. How many home runs did Jim Thome have in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform? That's the question. JT will come up, and he throws a slider at the knees for a called strike. Sandlin, that is, throws a slider. JT had a cycle that he hit about a month ago against the Diamondbacks. The 0-1, he hits this one out to deep left field. It's going back to the track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. JT Realmuto, it's a 2-run home run. It's his 12th of the season, and the Phillies are now down 6-4. That looks like a pretty good swing by JT, and maybe that'll help him. He has really been in such a big slump, but that was much needed. That pitch was golfed, and it was pretty much hit off of a tee, just for him. Phillies are back in business. They trail 6-4. Bryson Stott will take a sinker at 92. In there for a called strike. The 0-1. It's off the plate. It's, just in there for a called strike. Wow. How many home runs did Jim Thome have in a Phillies uniform? The 0-2 pitch. That ball was golfed, hit out to right field by Bryson Stott. That's going back to the track, to the wall, and that one is gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Phillies. Another pitch right down Broad Street thrown by Sandlin, and the Phillies are down by 1. Oh, man. Carl Willis will go out to talk things over with Sandlin. And the Phillies are down by 1. Stott flexing off the power. And he just tattooed that thing on out of here. Phillies have gotten 3 runs in this inning. And now Terry Francona is still going to hold on to Sandlin here. But of course, this changes everything about the game. Bohm is coming up next. Boy, it'd be really cool to see him join in on the party. 9 homers and 59 RBI. He's batting .282 on the season. First pitch to Alec. It's over the middle of the plate for a called strike, a slider at 84. Phillies trail 6-5. They've scored 3 runs in the 7th already. The 0-1, grounder, hit over to third base. Ramirez has it, and he'll throw across the diamond to get Bohm out. So Brandon Marsh is up next. Marsh has walked 3 times today in 3 plate appearances. And now Terry Francona is going to come in, and that's going to be it for Sandlin. So we'll have another pitching change. As Sandlin's day is done, we have a new pitcher that's coming in. So Nick Sandlin gives up 3 runs in just about an inning of work. And the Phillies will be right back. All right, guys, I'm going to ask the question again, because I know that we haven't had a lot of answers. So Jim Thome, a guy that played, a Hall of Famer, of course, for the Phillies and for the Cleveland Indians when he was playing for them. How many home runs did he have in a Phillies uniform? That's the question. That's what I want to know. How many home runs did Jim Thome have in the Phillies uniform? Obviously one of the greatest power hitters of all time. Comment your answers down below. We'll go over the answers when we go to the bottom of the 7th. In case you're just tuning in, the Phillies were down 6-2, and they just scored 3 runs already in the top of the 7th so far, thanks to a 2-run homer by JT Realmuto, and Bryson Stott followed up on a solo home run himself right after JT hit his. Phillies have not gone back-to-back in quite some time. What is the over-under on how many home runs? I can't give you hints. Or are you talking about the over-under of the game? That I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, in case you guys are brand new to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notification bells. We need 3 more subscribers to get to 730. I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. Alrighty, so we have 1 out in the top of the 7th. Trevor Stephan is going to come in to pitch for the Guardians. He has a 4-4 record in 43 games this season. Yes, he did, Kathy. First pitch to Marsh is grounded over towards the first base side. Second baseman Jimenez will have it, and they'll throw it over to first. There's 2 outs. So Jay Cave will come on up. He's 1 for 2. He singled and he walked. He also popped up with the bases loaded the first time that the Phillies had the bases loaded. It was back in the 2nd inning. I'll take the first pitch upstairs. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. 95 on the gun. He actually foul-tipped it into the glove, according to Tom Hanahan. Stephan's on the bump for the Guardians. We're in the top of the 7th. Phillies down 6-5 with nobody on and 2 outs. The 1-1 in the dirt. Trevor Stephan on the mound for Cleveland. And he throws the 2-1. It's popped up out to left field. It's going foul, and Stephen Kwan will run out of room, and that'll tie up the count 2-2. So Stephan is 27 years old. He's from Magnolia, Texas, and he stands at 6'5", 225 pounds. He has a 3.35 ERA. He's been with the big league club for 3 seasons. This is his 3rd. The 2-2 delivery. Check swing. Did he go? Home plate umpire says he did. And he gets tagged out by David Fry to end the inning. The Phillies get 3 runs, though, on back-to-back homers by JT Realmuto and Bryson Stott. It is stretch time at Progressive Field. The Phillies are down 6-5. All right, so you're funny, Larry. I saw that. All right, so how many home runs, in case you just missed it, how many home runs did Jim Thome have in a Phillies uniform? That is the question. All right. Time is up. I'm not even going to give anybody more time. But you can obviously write in your answers, too. All right, so the first answer that we had was from Larry. Larry also wanted an over-under. He wanted a hint. I don't give hints unless I feel like it. Larry says 142. Nope. My dad says 124. Jose says 101. That is correct. Jose, did you look that up or did you know? I'm not going to fault you for that or anything, but if you knew that, good for you. You got it right. Thome hit 260 in a Phillies uniform with 348 hits in 391 games and had 101 homers and 281 RBI. So, congratulations, Jose. You got it correct. That was the right answer. Played for the Phillies in 2003, 2004, and 2005. And in 2012, too. How come I don't remember that? Andrew Bellotti will be pitching for the Phillies as we head to the bottom of the 7th. He has 2 holds this season, a 5.4 earned run average in 15 innings, and he has 15 Ks. Has only surrendered 9 walks. Opponents are actually hitting .237 off of him. The Reds, they are going up against the Arizona Diamondbacks. What a game that's been. It's 9-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's raining in Boston as they're in a rain delay in the bottom of the 4th. They're taking on the New York Mets. That game is the Mets are up 4-3. I was looking at the Dodgers and the Rangers game. That's 4-4. I figured. That's all right. You got the answer correct. I figured you did. All right, first pitch to Fry is upstairs. And it was also inside, too. Phillies play tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time here at Progressive Field. Same starting time as tonight. The 1-0 in the dirt. I mean, I can't stop you from looking things up, Larry. You know, I can't stop anybody from doing it, but I mean, it takes the fun out of it, but I can't stop you. The 2-0, it's on the inside corner. How long did it take you to find it, though, Jose? 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bellotti comes set with the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes. And 1 second left on the pitch clock. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Bellotti gets him to strike out. And fries up Fry on a breaking ball. I don't know if that made any sense. But it did, I guess, in my head. So now Jimenez will come up. He is hitless today in 2 tries. Is behind in the count 0-1. The Braves, they're taking care of business in Milwaukee so far. They lead it 6-2 at Miller Park. The 0-1 offering, swing and a miss. It's a fastball that was outside. Guardians are 47-49. They're only 2.5 games behind the Twins in the AL Central. Phillies, they're tied with the Marlins for both second place in the division. They're also tied for third in the NL Wild Card. The ball is 2 strikes. And Bellotti throws it up high and outside. Jose says it took about 10 seconds. All right, I'm going to give you a tough one tomorrow, Jose. I'm going to do it just for you. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. And the pitch. Foul ball. Andres Jimenez was a part of the trade package for Francisco Lindor. Back when he was traded to the Mets, Jimenez and Ahmed Rosario were the 2 big keystones, if you will, of that trade. 1 second left on the pitch clock, and the 1-2, it's in the dirt as Jimenez decides to hold his horses. Miles Straw waits in the on-deck circle. He's 1 for 3. He singled, scored a run, and also threw out Alec Boehm at home plate. It was a beautiful throw on a single hit by Cave. The pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Andrew Bellotti as Jimenez gets down on one knee and strikes out. That pitch was really good. And I think was anticipating that he was going to get a fastball and did not see the breaking ball coming and just swung on and missed. Straw is up. The former Astro takes the first pitch low. One ball, no strikes. Bases are empty in the bottom of the 7th. There's 2 outs. Phillies down 6-5 in Cleveland. Bellotti comes set, winds up, and delivers. It's inside. Bellotti's 31 years old. Was born in San Diego and was the 12th round pick of the 2009 draft by the Tampa Bay Rays. The pitch, foul ball. His contract was actually purchased by the New York Yankees in 2019. Which I did not know that. Also played for the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball in 2020. He actually signed with them, but didn't necessarily play a game because of the pandemic. So he decided to opt out. The 2-1, it's in the dirt for ball 3. Phillies were able to get him on in November of 2021. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, fastball outside, and Straw gets on for the second time today. It's the first time he's walked. Gabriel Arias will be coming up to the plate. Terry Francona as his lineup card. Arias is supposed to be due up. Wonder if they'll get a pinch hitter, though, here because they just panned to Arias. Yep, Andrew Benintendi, right? Nope, is that Ben? That's not Benintendi, is it? There's a conversation on the mound. Looks like from here it's Benintendi, but I could be wrong, but I'll know in just a few seconds. 2 outs and a runner over at first. So Will Brennan is coming up. Saw the B and I thought maybe it was Benintendi, but nope. He's hitting .261 with 5 home runs this season. A runner over at first. Bellotti comes set at the chest. The pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Brennan went 0 for 4 in the last game against the Pirates. 25-year-old is up at the plate against Bellotti. The pitch. It's in the dirt. And that'll make the count 1-1. Brennan has 67 hits and 257 ABs. Also has 15 doubles, and he's tied with Miles Straw for 5th place on the team. The 1-1, it's in the dirt. Guardians as a team, they have 4 guys that have over 10 stolen bases. With Jose Ramirez, Steven Kwan, Andres Jimenez, and Miles Straw. The pitch, line drive, cut over at second base by Bryson Stott. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 man left, and we go to the top of the 8th. The top of the lineup is coming up for the Fightins as they trail by 1. Here we go. Okay. So Will Brennan just came in to hit for Gabriel Arias. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We do Phillies games on here. We also try to do, we also do Patriots football, Flyers hockey, and 76ers basketball. I'm not going to lie to you, I miss basketball. Man, I love focusing on baseball right now, but I do miss doing 2 sports at once. I do, but it's nice because we get to hone in on, getting more reps with this, and you can never stop getting better. So, and I've noticed a big difference, and I think that it's not only helping me with baseball, but hopefully it'll show when I'm doing football as well, and other sports too. But this is what you got to do. You got to get the reps, and we're coming on here every day, and I've noticed a big difference in what we're doing, and I'm very proud. We're sticking with this, and we're working really hard. So, grind never stops. And now's the time for me to do it. I'm young, and, I'm getting experience just by getting reps. Phillies have not had back-to-back home runs this season. Stott and Schwarber actually did it last year in 2022. Stefan is back out there for his second inning of work. The count is 1-0 to Kyle Schwarber. The pitch, foul ball. It was on a 95-mile-per-hour heater right down Broad Street. We need 2 more legs to get to 35. We need 8 more legs to get to 40. We got to get to the 40 mark, guys. The 1-1 upstairs. Good eye by Kyle. Schwarber has walked twice. He's 0 for 2. The 2-1 offering. Fouled back right behind the plate. Pitch was on the upper third of the zone. Schwarber lifetime against Stefan is 1 for 2 with a double, 2 RBI, and a walk. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch in the dirt. And the count is now full at 3-2. Schwarber, when the count is full, he's 6 for 50 this season, with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in. The payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out to right field, and it's going back, and it's caught right at the track by Brennan. Schwarber just missed it, and Brennan was there. He made the catch on the run and just slammed into the wall for out number 1. 25, my guy. Turner, who tripled in the third and scored a run, is 1 for 4, and he's up. And there's a slider that swung on and missed. Just continues to swing at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Stefan comes set at the belt. Fires, and it's off the plate. And a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trey Turner. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch, another foul ball. This time it'll go behind the seats. A lot of people actually don't know this, but Trey actually majored in chemical engineering. when he played baseball at North Carolina State. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's 2 outs as Trey Turner strikes out for the second time today. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 strikeouts for Stefan. Dating back to the bottom of the 7th. So Schwarber flied out to right field just to correct myself. And Turner struck out. Here comes Castellanos. And he swings and misses at a fastball. No balls, 1 strike to Castellanos. The next pitch, a splitter that swung on and missed. It was inside. Nick behind in the count, 0-2. He's seen the Guardians quite a lot throughout his career. A lot of times when he played with the Detroit Tigers. With interdivision play, the pitch inside, and it almost hit Castellanos. So he just got out of the way. The only time that he's faced Stefan, he's actually hit a homer off of him. So he's just 1-for-1 lifetime against him. One ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch, it's poked out to center field. On the run to Straw, though, towards his right side, and he'll be there to make the catch. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. They trail 6-5 in Cleveland. And Quan will lead things off when we return. I was going to say that Castellanos has actually hit 262 with 11 home runs against Cleveland in his career. But that's all right. But yeah, did you know about the Trey Turner fact? Did you know about that? Because I did not know that. That he majored in chemical engineering. That's actually one of the main reasons why you wanted to go over to that school. Because they had a really good baseball program and a good chemical engineering program. So, yes, so I'm 25. I'll be 25 in August. August 10th. So that'll be really cool. If you guys are brand new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons. If you guys have any friends that love the Phillies as much as I do, or any of the other teams that we do on here, make sure that you tell them about us, man. We got to spread the word. You know, we always tell the algo people to do your thing, but we also need to do this by word of mouth too. So if you know of other people that would really enjoy this content, let's get them a part of the family. All we got to do is just tell them, hey, my boy JJ does Phillies games. Hey, my boy JJ actually loves the Patriots. If you want to talk about Julian Edelman, let's come on here and you should go talk to him about that. You know? That's how we do it. That's how we build connections. Ugh. All right. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies are down 6-5. Phillies have been able to come back, but the main thing right now is obviously to keep it to a 1-run game. Lights are pretty bright out at Progressive Field. Phillies have faced Cleveland 18 times throughout their franchise career. They're 10-8 against them, but they're 5-5 over their last 10 games. Last time that they did play them was back in 2019. Stephen Kwan is due up. He has singled, doubled, scored a run. Also has an RBI too. Gregory Soto, another former face that the Cleveland Guardians have had to deal with over the last couple of years. He's up. The first pitch is pulled over to the first base side. Stott has it. He'll play it on a bounce, and he'll just make a little sidearm throw over to Harper for the first out. Soto has a 4.79 earned run average and 37 strikeouts in 35 innings of work. Batters are hitting .212 against him. And Ahmed Rosario, who had an RBI single in the 6th, is due up. He takes a fastball right down the hatchet at 98. The 0-1. Line drive into center field. Marsh on the run, and he'll be there to make the catch. Rosario thought maybe it was going to drop in for a hit, and Brandon Marsh was able to get over to it as the ball was hanging up there for a little bit longer than Rosario anticipated. And there's 2 away, 2 quick outs. And Emmanuel Clase is going to come in to pitch to the top of the 9th. He's been a really good closer. The first pitch to Jose Ramirez is upstairs and inside 2. Jose batting .292 with 14 home runs, 54 RBI. The 1-0 is off the plate. Time is called here. And Ramirez will get back into the box. The 2-0. Line drive into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Marsh plays it on a hop, and Jose Ramirez gets on with his 4th single today. Man, oh man. He just almost can't even get him out. He did a line out. He hit the ball sharply again his last time up, but just was not able to get on. Lined out over to third. And Josh Naylor, who had an RBI single his last time up, he'll come up and he'll take a fastball right on the outside corner for a called strike at 98. Soto is 28 years old. The 0-1 swing and a foul ball. It's just fouled off. Naylor lifetime against Gregory Soto is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. No balls, 2 strikes. Soto comes set at the belt. The pitch, fly ball, hit out towards shallow right field. Stott will back up onto the right field grass, and he'll be there to make the catch. And the inning is over. We go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Phillies, as Harper will lead things off against Emmanuel Clase, the lights-out closer for the Guardians, when we return. I'm going to take a very quick step off, but hit that like button and hit the subscribe button while we're on our break. All right. Close to 30 likes or 40 likes. We need to get 4 more. That's what Gavin Newt says. Gavin Newt, drop your link down below so that everybody can subscribe to your channel too. We're at Progressive Field. It's the Cleveland Guardians are hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies are down to their final 3 outs as we head to the top of the 9th. They trail 6-5, and Emmanuel Clase will try to help the Guardians secure the first game of this series. Guardians have put up 6 runs on 13 hits, while the Phillies have been able to get 5 runs on 8 hits. Clase is 25 for 32 in save opportunities. He does have a 3.3 ERA, but when he's on, man, he is pretty darn good. Opponents are hitting .229 against him. He has 41 strikeouts, and he's only allowed 12 walks, and only 2 home runs allowed this season. Harper will try to get on. He's been doing a good job over at first base today. He's 1 for 3. He has singled and walked. And he'll face Clase to start off the top of the 9th. He's also struck out twice. Harper did have a big hit with 2 strikes on him against Gavin Williams a couple of nights ago, the closer for the Brewers. And Clase starts off the 9th upstairs with a 99-mile-per-hour fastball. It was just above the zone. 1-0 is the count. Clase comes set at the belt. The pitch on the outside corner just got in there for a called strike, and Harper shaking his head no. It's a pretty good pitch, to say the least. Clase comes set at the chest. The 1-1, swing and a miss. A cutter at 98 miles per hour. Goes with the cutter, and then he has the 4-seamer. 1-2 is the count to Bryce. The next pitch. It was a defensive swing that's fouled off. The pitch was up high. And Harper does stay alive here. One ball, 2 strikes in the top of the 9th. Phillies down 6-5. Harper up at the plate. The pitch popped up towards the third base side, and it will go foul again. Harper will call for time here. With no runners on, he's 47 for 135 on the season. The 1-2 grounder, that was a high bouncer, hit back towards Clase, and Clase will throw it over to first, and Harper is just out. He's out by a step. Give Harper credit for hustling, but Clase wins the battle. And now JT Realmuto, who homered his last time up, he'll come on to face Clase right here. 1 out in the top of the 9th. First pitch to JT. Up high, 100 on the gun. It was a cutter. It's like Jose Alvarado. Just incredible and can be untouchable. The pitch. A cutter that time on the outside corner for a called strike. So that'll tie up the count at 1-1 here. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Oh boy, that cutter came running in. It would have been a called strike anyways. The count is 1-2. In the on-deck circle is Bryson Stott. The pitch to JT. Line drive foul down the right field line, and it'll find the seats. One ball, 2 strikes to Realmuto. The next pitch, line drive into right center field. On the run is Straw, and they'll be there to make the catch. It was a pretty nice try by JT as he hit it sharply, but Miles Straw, who's very fast out in center field, was there to make the catch, and the Phillies are down to their final out. And that'll leave things up to Bryson Stott. Phillies don't have a base runner on in the top of the ninth. They trail 6-5. Class A comes set at the chest. The first pitch is downstairs. 101 miles per hour. The 1-0. It's at the knees for a called strike. 100 again. And this is just heat after heat after heat after heater. He's just throwing. 1-1 is the count. The next pitch, bouncer back up the middle. Played on a couple of ops by Rosario. He throws over to first, and the ball game is over. Phillies go down in the top of the ninth, 1-2-3, and the Cleveland Guardians are able to hang on and take game one of this three-game series, and the Phillies are now on a three-game losing streak. Guardians are now 48-49 on the season, and the Phillies have some work to do. Well, they left the bases loaded 3 times, even though they were able to get 3 runs in that 6th inning and try to get back into the game. But David Fry, Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor, and Josh Bell were all too much for the Phillies to deal with today. Jose Ramirez, of course, has to be the player of the game. He had 4 singles, a couple of runs scored, 2 stolen bases, and was just incredible at the plate. The Phillies lose by a score of 6-5. My name is Jason Joseph. I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. We'll be back on tomorrow night. Love you all so much. We're going to keep this short tonight because we did a lot of work today. So I want to go eat, and I want to also use the restroom as well. So we're not going to do too much else on here. I think we're just going to call it a night. All right. But I love you all so much. I'll catch you all in the next one. And I hope you have yourselves a great rest of your Friday night. Lila Tov.